Hello students, hope you are doing well. So in today's class we will discuss Runge-Kutta method. Okay, so this method represents a family of one-step methods to solve initial value problems. Okay, so this is a method that is used to solve first order differential equations with certain boundary condition. So the differential equation is of the type dy by dx is equal to f of x y, where f is any function and x and y are the points in which we have to calculate the different values, okay, of y depending upon the values of x. So this RK method is a fourth order method that is designed to find out the numerical solution of a first order differential equation. Okay, so we have to remember that we can find the numerical solutions of a differential equation that is of first order. Okay, and this belongs to a class of initial value problems. It means that when we are calculating certain values, then initial conditions or certain boundary conditions are provided to the user. Okay, so it is a kind of, you can say, initial value problem in which certain initial conditions are known to us. Okay, so if we want to calculate certain values of, okay, y, so we have to be certain that certain initial conditions are given, and on the values of x we have to calculate the different values of y successively. Okay, so now we'll just see that how this particular method works. So if we consider a differential equation of the form dy by dx is equal to f of xy, okay, where we have to calculate this particular equation with the help of this Runge-Kutta method, then there is a formula that is being provided to us, and the formula is y1 is equal to y naught plus k. Okay, where k is basically a weight, okay, that is that we have to calculate. Okay, so how we will calculate these weights in our system? Okay, there are four weights that have been provided: k1, k2, k3 and k4. So these weights have to be calculated by using certain formulas. That is, for calculating k1 we have to use h into f of x naught y naught. Okay, so here h is the step size. It is given to you. Okay, it is given to the programmer. It is the initial value, or you can say that we know the value of h, that is the step size. Okay, or we also can calculate this step size if it is not given. Okay, so if we want to calculate the step size, we will see how we'll calculate it in the subsequent, okay, slides. So h into f of x naught y naught. So this x naught is the initial value that has been provided to us, and y naught is also the initial value that has been provided to us. So we can easily calculate, okay, depending upon this values, the value of the function, and we just do some processing or some multiplication to find the value of k1. Okay, so for example, if the function is of type dy by dx is equal to 3x plus 5y, so here x naught and y naught are given to us. Okay, so we can just calculate it as 3x naught plus 5y naught, and the value of x naught and y naught are provided to us. So in this way we can calculate the value of this k1, that is the weight, or it is also known as the constant if you are working in our program. Similarly, k2 can be calculated as h into f of x naught plus h by 2, that is step size by 2, comma y naught plus k1 by 2. So this k1 has been calculated in the previous step, and this previous value will be taken in order to calculate the value of k2 successively. Okay, again k3 is used. Okay, and how we can calculate the value of k3? It is with the help of the formula h into f of x naught plus h by 2, comma y naught plus k by 2. Okay, and similar way we can calculate k4 as h into f of x naught plus h, comma y naught plus k3. So we are just, okay, you can say we are just having the values of this k2 and this k3 and k4 such that we have to combine all these values and we have to come up to a formula. That is, the formula is k is equal to 1 by 6 k1 plus 2k2 plus 2k3 plus k4. Okay, so we have to remember this formula in order to calculate the value of y. So if we want to calculate the value of, you can say, y1 at x1, so we have to calculate it like this: y1 is equal to y naught plus k, and k is the summation 1 by 6 of the summation of k1 plus twice of k2 plus twice of k3 plus k4. Okay, and in the generalized form we can also write this formula as y of yn plus 1 is equal to yn plus k. Okay, so it is the generalized form. It means that for different values of x we are calculating the values of y. Okay, so in our program or in the question it has been given that find the value of y at x is equal to something. So we have to calculate it with the help of this particular method and this particular formulas. Okay, so the subsequent values, for example, if I want to calculate the value of y1, so the y1 can be calculated with the help of y0. Similarly, if I want to calculate the value of y2, that is second iteration, then for this particular y2, y1 will be the input. As y0 is the input for first iteration to calculate the value of y1, in the similar way y1 will be the input for calculating y2 and y3 will be the input for calculating y3 and so on. And in a similar way we have to increment the value of x also. We have to increment the value of x. So if x1 is equal to x0 plus h, then x2 will be something x1 plus h, x3 will be x2 plus h, and in the same way where h is the step size. Now we'll see the algorithm, how this algorithm works. So before going into the algorithm, I will just try to say that don't panic that how this equation is coming. So this is the equation that has been derived from the Taylor series. So this is the Taylor expansion. So we are not going deep into the Taylor expansion. We have to just remember this particular formula because we are directly implementing this formula in our program. So there is no need to create any panic in your mind that how we are getting this particular formula. This is only an application. We are just using this application in our program. So just going into the algorithm or the pseudocode for this RK method. So the step one is you have to just define a function fxy. So this is the function that you have to take. You can take any function. Now the second step is you have to read the initial values of x0 and y0. So it can be just read with the help of certain you have to read this with the help of the function scanf. Similarly you have to read the step size h and you have to also read the value of xn. So this is the value of xn for which you have to find the value of y. So for this value of x you have to calculate the value of y. So this is very important. Now you have to set x is equal to x0 and y equal to y0. So these are the initial conditions. So these are the initial conditions x0 and y0 that you have to just initialize to x and y. It has been read from the console. You will just read these values and these are supposed to be the initial boundary conditions. So now we'll just go into the loop, or we have to just set certain conditions that while x is less than xn. So till this particular condition met, we have to calculate the different values of the weight with the help of the formulas that we have discussed in the previous slides. So k1 is equal to h into fx0 into y0, where h is the step size and x0 and y0 are the values that are the initial boundary conditions. So for example, if there is no step size given in our program or it is not known, so we can also calculate this step size as h is equal to xn minus x0 upon n. So n is the number of iterations for which you are trying to run your program, and xn is given to you, x0 is the boundary condition, and in the same way you can calculate this step size. So if it is not given to you, but we will assume that the step size is given to us, or we will just read it with the help of the console. Now we'll just sum up these values of k in the form 1 by 6 k1 plus 2 k2 plus 2 k3 plus k4, and we'll just subsequently calculate the different values of y with the help of y is equal to y plus k, and subsequently we will increment x as x is equal to x plus h. So in the generalized form we will just see this y is equal to y plus k as yn plus 1 is equal to yn plus k, and x is equal to x plus h. So for x1 it is x1 is equal to x0 plus h. For x2 this is equal to x2 is equal to x1 plus h, and subsequently it is calculated. So this y Okay, this y1 will be the input for y2, the y2 will be the input for y3, and so on. Okay, so in this way we will calculate the values of x and y, and we'll just display in the final step the values of y at different points of x. Okay, so this is the pseudocode for RK method. So you have to implement this with the help of a C program. Okay, so this is a very, you can say, basic method, very simple method. You can implement it easily and just try to create some optimized code to you can say formulate a C program. Okay, so the basic you can say advantage of using the RK method is it gives the accuracy of the Taylor series. Okay, we can achieve the accuracy of the Taylor series without requiring to compute higher order derivatives. Okay, so you can say the complexity is much more reduced if we see this RK method, and this RK method is, you can say, is a good method as compared to the Euler's method. Okay, so I hope now this is clear to you. So try to implement this with the help of a C program, and stay well, stay safe. Thanks.